Okay, good afternoon, everyone. If it's afternoon there with you, good afternoon. If it's morning there with you, good morning. And if it's evening there with you, good evening. And if it's night there with you, I don't want to say good night. Okay, I welcome everyone to another episode of our life analysis section. Yeah, you're all welcome. Thank you so much for making it a date here. Thank you for coming around today. I can see number of people here. It's beautiful to have every one of you here. Thank you so much. So let me just give shout outs before I go to my charts. Okay, I can see Mr. Ahmed. I presume it's Mr. and not Mrs. Okay, you are welcome, sir. I can see Bond. I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs., whichever one it is. You are welcome, sir, or you're welcome, ma'am. Mr. Austin, thank you so much for your support. You are welcome, sir. Okay. Mr. Ruben, thank you so much for joining. You are welcome. Okay, this man is always here. Mr. I think it's Amen. I'm saying Amen. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. It's beautiful. I think this is the first time I'm saying this name. It's beautiful to have you here with us. Awesome. And I can say it for sure fact that you're going to enjoy this webinar, this live analysis section. So what do I want to say, and what do I want you all to do for me? I want you to sit back wherever it is you have. If it's conducive enough, I want you to sit back and get yourself maybe some popcorn or some water and just relax back. It's just 30 minutes and 3 minutes is gone already. So we just have 27 minutes to go. So I'm not going to take your time. Just stay back to hear the information I have for you from my charts to yours and see how you can even implement them on your own. So thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it's the last. We have this every Tuesday. It's happening once, right? It's happening once every week. So we have this every Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining, Mr. Luke. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for the support and all. So yes, we have this once in a week, which happens every Tuesday by 1 p.m. UK time. Yes, and that's why we are having it today. And for a while, we've been having this episode. If I'm not wrong, it's been more than 10 episodes we have. Yes, this should be 13 if I'm not wrong. So okay, I presume. Yeah, so we've had a whole lot, and yes, the last we dropped was 12, and yes, this is episode 13. So yes, thank you so much for everyone joining, and don't forget this is sponsored, and the whole idea is bettered by the pro firm actually shaking the industry and doing a whole lot that traders are happy with. And that's no other pro firm than Burroughs Funding. Yes, that's the pro firm with so many beautiful ideas, so many beautiful innovation, the pro firm with so many active supports and so many admins doing here and there just to certify the trader. And also this is also a way to actually make the trader be very sure that yes, we want the best for the traders. Yes, we are not just pro firms who want to suck out just want the traders to fail whatsoever, and they're like, oh sorry, try again. Oh sorry, try again. So yes, this program is just trying to give the best and also the services and everything. Just make sure that you enjoy, because already trading is a hard one. Yes, trading is a hard one. We won't shy away from that. So the best and possible ways to just make you also feel supported and feel not alone in the business is just what all Brewers Funding is doing. So yes, and again, you are welcome, and I'm heading straight to my chart as soon as possible. But one thing I just need us to do for me again is, please, I need to know before I head straight to my chart for the next 25 minutes, I need to know if you can hear me clearly and if you can see my screen. And on getting to know that, I'm heading straight to my chart. And please, don't go anywhere, okay? Stay with me to the end of this webinar. It's not going to take so long. It's just 24 minutes to go. Okay. So can you let me know in the comments box if you can hear me clearly and if you can see my screen? Thank you so much, Mr. Austin. I can see you are even helping us invite so much more people. Thank you so much. Please, can someone just let me know I'm listening? Can you just let me know if you can hear me and you can see my screen? If you can hear me and you can see my screen. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ruben, thanks so much, Mr. Ruben. You can hear me. Okay, I presume you can also see. I presume you can also see my screen. So let me head straight to the chat. So stay with me as I go to the chat. Okay, so welcome to my chat. And first thing first, I think I want to speak about US oil. Okay, yeah. Don't forget that when it comes to trading and no, it's more of technical analysis, but that does not also mean you should be ignorant about what's also happening, what's fundamentally. So oil is one of those, it's one of the commodities we trade, and it's of course technical, but it's more influenced by fundamentals and all. But what it is that for a while, yes, I remember maybe some weeks ago while we analyzed oil, and yes, we are quite sure that oil is what is quite bullish and it's still on the bull run. But for some weeks now, we've been seeing oil tanking down. But is that changing the bias? Let's just check it out. Is that changing the bias? Now, from the swing low to the swing high, you would see that we are still what's it called? We are still right in the trend for the what? Buy trend. We are still, because of course, don't forget that what we do first and foremost is that we check. Okay, we go to the higher time frame to actually check how the market have been faring for some while. So, and you can see the movement from zone to zone. It's been breaking, moving from one zone to the next zone, from one zone to the next zone, from one zone to the next zone, and yeah, moving massively down, breaking this zone to this one, and had a whole lot of issues here. And finally breaking into the upside. Now, breaking into the upside, we expected that yes, it was just coming to form a higher low, okay, because already we have a BOS, we have a break of structure here. So we are just expecting to form a higher low while we have the next higher high around this fib extension, while the overall target should be around this next zone here. But while we are waiting for that, what's happening presently? So what's happening presently is here already, because I can remember one time we had a similar issue to US30 while everybody thought US30 was selling. Now I kept saying it that US30 is not selling, US30 is going to buy, it's going to buy. And thank God many people listen, and of course they still get to follow. And of course, if you were not just informed, you would have actually felt US30 was what? Surging down, and you would just have been on the wrong side. And don't forget that in this game or in this trading, you don't want to be caught on the wrong side. Yes, nobody wants to be on the wrong side. You just want to get it right at all times. Okay, although you might not get it right at all times, but the best is that you get it right most of the times. Okay. So yes, US oil, yes, US oil, what's happening presently? So yes, this is the Fibonacci point, this is the Fibonacci tool, and I've been able to draw the Fibonacci lines, and you can see that the price is not too far away from the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. So what are we expecting? I'm just expecting reactions. I'm expecting reactions from this market. I'm expecting that it actually reacts still to this to the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. Let's see how we react to this. Okay, I don't want to spend so much time on this because it's not like it's set already and I'm giving a trade opportunities on this. So let's just see how we react to this. Okay, this is not even the tool I was supposed to be, but I don't want to take much of our time on oil. So let's see how we react to it. This guy is still on the bullish run, but let's say if it reverses from this area and then goes to the upside, yes, we can clearly say that yes, it has resumed back in the uptrend. But yes, as it is, you have to be very careful with it. And also, I saw something on the smaller time frame. Now let me delete this. I saw something on the smaller time frame. I saw an inverse pattern. Okay, I saw an inverse head and shoulder. Yes, so you can see this is the right shoulder. Sorry, this is the left shoulder right there. Okay, so this is looking like, okay, sorry, I'm trying to clone this. So cloning, okay, it's no issues. I'm just gonna draw another one. Okay, so this is looking like the head. I don't want to take much of our time on this, and this is looking like the right shoulder. Okay, so yes, it's looking like we're having a formation of inverse head and shoulder on US oil. So you know what we do now? Okay, of course you know that this is where the neckline is. So yes, although we are still expecting the completion of this neckline down here, somewhere up here. So if it does form something like this, now what are we expecting is we are expecting a break to the upside. And when it breaks to the upside, what happens is we expect it to come give us a retest here. and he might want to play around. After playing around, then we expect it to shoot all to the upside. Okay, so you get something like this, okay. But if it does not do this, then what might possibly happen? Don't forget, this is a potential inverse head and shoulder. Okay, of course, the head has been completed, the left shoulder has been completed, the right is actually on still forming. Okay, so what might possibly happen if this does not get to form to this upside here? Then probably it gets to just push to the downside. Probably on the daily or on the weekly, it just wants to form another pattern. Okay, but as it is, it's all looking great, it's all looking like it. If you can even look in closely on the daily too, you see that yes, it's also looking great. But seeing how today's candle get to form or actually get to close, so yes, we can then to say that yes, this is an inverse head and shoulder. And you know what inverse head and shoulder means? You know, when an inverse head and shoulder has been completed, that's also what a reversal pattern. And when it's been completed, it means it's all pointing to the what, to the upside. And of course, we don't joke with patterns. You know, we don't joke with patterns, especially when it is formed either on the daily or on the what, higher time frame. So it's actually forming on the daily. So make sure your eyes is on this. I'm not saying you should go and buy, or don't even think of selling at all now. Okay, but yes, have your eyes gaze upon buying, but what, take your time. Okay, it's still forming. While still forming, make sure it's all formed well before you want to get into the market. So that's that on what, on US oil. I think that's a powerful one. Okay, yes, the formation might looks like it's a simple one, it's a casual one, but it's a powerful one. Because if you don't know, you just like, oh, it's been selling, it's been coming now, it's just forming lower, I'm expecting lower high, and let me get in. And we'll probably, when it comes to the area here, you expect that, yeah, it's an equal high, now let me get in. And for me, yeah, you don't even for anything. You're like, okay, I don't care if you even give me a pattern, if it engulfs, I just want to sell down all the way to this downside, okay, all the way to this place. And before you know it, this market just shoot up to bring the what to the neckline and come back here for a retest and gets to shoot up for a what, for a continuous buy. So that's that on what, on US oil. And I want to show us something solid again, also on AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD. I have something to show us on AUD USD. Now, to be very sincere with you guys, I know it's been a whole lot with AUD USD, especially the USD based pairs. Today they are buying, tomorrow they are selling. And I think we've made it clear enough here that, okay, this market at times just needs one thing from you. And what's that one thing? It just needs patience from you. Okay, the market is not going to print out money for you at all times. It's only the patient one it's going to print out money for. So you just need to be patient at times. And we've seen the numbers of how AD has been, consolidating for a number of days, number of weeks, number of months. Okay, consolidating, and it's not just giving a proper trend direction and all. So, but what's happening, what's looking like is going to happen next on ADSD. Of course, on ADSD, on the higher time frame, it's clear that yes, ADSD has been selling. Even from this chart presently, you can see that we've been seeing formation of what, of low. This is a lower high here, and this is a lower low. This is another lower high which actually formed here. A lower high first came again and formed as an equal high. And yes, we've seen a lower low, many lower lows pattern here. And yes, we are expecting a lower high here. And it's all looking very, very interesting. Now, you know why? Because if it does actually happens to do what we are expecting to do, then I don't think anything should stall. Because by the reason of this trend line, as much as ADUSD is still trading and trending below this trend line, it's been a while I've seen Mr. Leo. It's been a while I've seen Mr. Lee. I don't know. Sorry, I had to say that. It just came to my mind now. Okay, so as much as AUD/USD is still trading and trending below, below this trend line, then it have what reasons to sell down. Okay, it have, except and until it breaks this trend line to the upside, then we are very sure that AUD/USD is selling. Now, what are we expecting to happen now? Look at it from the swing high to the swing low. Okay, now you see that presently, this market is presently trading at the what? The 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. Okay, are you with me, guys? Please make sure you can listen and you are very relaxed, and at least to some extent you are conducive, that like the environment you have is conducive enough to them, because I'm sharing a whole lot to you here. So presently it's at the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. And what do you look out for? You have to look out for what? Formations of candle. You have to have your eyes gazed upon what's happening next. Don't be in a rush, but I can tell you all facts. I can tell you we don't experience that. As it is presently, AUDUSD is what is going to be very, very solid and very, very big. It's going to be full of potentials if it gets to do this, because number one, it's very close to the touch of another trend line, of this trend line right there. So if it gives a touch on this trend line, that would also be a touch around the 60, this 0.618 Fibonacci area, and that's still within the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. So if it gives a touch there and engulf, now a touch, it can just be a touch and what pull down to the downside, and it can also be a formation, probably like a what M pattern. But what I'm saying is that, see, where AUDUSD is presently is a place to have. See, don't trade where it is presently, okay? Except probably you want to take a conservative buy, but which I really do not advise, okay? Except, but as it is presently, you can see it is at the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area, and it's very close to the trend line. Okay, very close to the trend line, and just look out for what's going to happen next. Just look out for what is going to happen next. Now, if you see a engulfing candle, if you see a touch on this trend line and engulfing candle, a proper one, please don't wait for any further thing. Okay, if you see it form as a proper one, don't wait for any further thing to get into the sell. Now, it's been doing. Now, I need you to also know that this market has been doing a whole lot of jumping and jumping and bending. Like, it's been doing a lot of I'm buying today, I'm selling tomorrow. So I need you to have your eyes gaze upon, because when it's going to really, really sell, I can tell you 90% out of times when the market is supposed to go in a direction and it's been dragging, when it's going to finally go in that direction, it happens very fast. It happens very quick. It happens very fast. Okay, so so that you don't get into the market, be like, oh, there are sometimes you've been waiting, and when you're supposed to get in, it's actually what moved past when we're supposed to get in. What I'm saying, I'm still not saying that you should enter or get into it prematurely. No, I'm just saying that you should have your eyes gaze upon it. So I'm favoring it that it should push to this upside and actually come and give us a touch here, and also give us a formation of time. Let's show that it's rejecting away from from that Fibonacci area. So we are expecting a rejection from the Fibonacci area. We are expecting a touch on the trend line, and we are expecting a formation of candle to tell us that it's reversing and engulfing to the downside. So I hope I've made myself clear. Maybe I even have to delete this as it is presently. We just had to draw out something for the the smaller consolidation. So yes, you just have to have your, and of course, when you have your zones mapped at a time, especially the major ones, please don't delete them. So I've had these zones for as long as possible. I can't even remember. So if I've deleted it, I'll just need to draw this out again. But you can see how the market had come to react. It came to react like when they went down from here. We saw how it broke to the upside. Now, breaking to this upside still means that still have some potentials to the upside. Yes, so I'm expecting it to actually come and give us a touch here, and that also means it's still trading between the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. So let's see how it goes. Just have your eyes gaze upon it. You can see how well it sold from here after giving a touch on the trend line. It sold for nothing less than what? Okay, let me check the number of pips from this to this. It's full for nothing less than 500 and yes, 539 pips. So that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. Even if it's going to be somewhere down here, that's like 600 pips away. So you just have to have your eyes gazed upon it, and see how actually react. Okay, react at this trend line, and also in the fib area. So that's that on what. That's that on AUDUSD. Let me also talk about Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD also on the bigger time frame. Yes, I'm quite sure. And as you can see, from May 2021, okay, it sold all the way down. It sold all the way from this top from May 2021 down to this base here to 2022 September. And since then, we've had Euro USD retracing. Okay, we've had Euro USD retracing to the upside, and by Fibonacci too, we've been able to draw a Fibonacci from here, from the swing high to the swing low, and we can see that it was able to perfectly, reject at the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area with a pattern. So it formed like a hem pattern, and we can see the first top. And we also saw the second top, and it formed as a double top. And since then, it did push below. So what is happening presently on Euro USD? So don't forget, this is a pattern, and we have a neckline here, and we also have a trend line also indicating as a what? It's a trend line also serving a counter trend, right? They're also serving as a what? As in, we can call it a support, we can also call it a what? Sorry, I've got a place. We can call it a support and we can also call it a what? A neckline. So whichever way, the price is still reacting to it presently. And as it is, it's a place to look out for because, of course, even on the recent swing guide, from the recent swing guide to the recent swing low, we can see that it is also presently at, that's why I had my green bar, okay? So you see that it's correlating with my green bar. I had, okay, I had the green bar, this green bar here. This green bar is actually signifying and it's representing the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. Okay, yes. So, I'm also just waiting because I don't want to assume. It don't make sense for me to assume that, because it's actually, let it just sell down. Okay, I just want it to sell down and just complete it. See, I know that for sure that Euro USD should sell. And another reason why it should even sell. Presently, it is also at the what? At the supply zone, okay? Some people call it order block, some people call it supply zone, okay? You can see, okay, so you can see. So that's a whole lot of accumulation that happened there before it pushed down for distribution to the downside. So it's also there presently. So there is a whole lot to be careful. And don't forget, I think I've said this again and again, guys, that one of those times the market makers get to manipulate the markets is when you can even see things. There are some things that even the newest guy to trading can also signify some things. Maybe like when the market is presently at a support or resistance, I can say, if I don't even know any other thing again, at least I know when the market is at a support or a resistance area. So what market makers do? What they do? Those guys, they are going to manipulate it. So they tend to manipulate the prices. They tend to manipulate the market just to see that many people are wiped out of the market or it's actually begin to go in the proper direction. So don't also be among the multitude of people to be wiped out before probably you just have maybe you are trading a personal account or you are trading with Bureau Fund. Let's say you have a 100K account and it's a funded account and you're supposed to reserve your capital to when you actually get it confirmed. And let's say because you feel like, it should sell, then you get to risk only 1% or 2%. And before you know it, you wipe it out first. You're like, you're like, it's so painful. And again, you got into the market, still the same way. You're like, okay, I need to go into sell now. It's gone to the top. Let me just get in. And again, you got in with another 1%. And before you know, maybe 1.5, before you know it, maybe you have already 3.5 loss. You know how revengeful we could be at times when when the market is, when you are very sure that it should sell. I know it should sell, or I know it should buy. You know how you can be very persistent. You know you can be very resilient within you that I'm not going to allow you market to be. I know this, you should sell. It's looking like a man that is praying and wants to cast out. I know you should sell, and you're very sure. And of course, it's going to sell, but you just want to play tricks around and make you feel like it's not selling, make you feel like it's not buying before just to wipe you out and get in the proper direction. So what I'm just telling and saying here is that please be patient, and of course, don't forget, number one reason. It's presently reacting to the counter trend line, which is serving as a support and also as a neckline. It is presently at the 50 to the 61 Fibonacci area. That's two, and also it's presently at the supply zone too. Okay, that's even why I have this top here. So just wait for how it's going to react. Make sure you see that it is well engulfed. Make sure that you see that the pattern is well formed. Don't assume the closure of the pattern. See the pattern form. See the candle close. Don't assume for the market. Okay, don't assume for it. So see the pattern form. Maybe that should even be our slogan for today. If someone should just hashtag it down there. Okay, see the pattern form. See the candle close. Don't assume for the market. I think I love that. See the pattern form. Okay, maybe I'm going to do one of the admins help us add that to our next video. Our next live. The flyer we always have that actually precedes the live analysis. See the pattern form, okay? See the candle close. Don't assume for the market. So I think that's a good one. And if we have that at the back of our mind, it's going to help us a whole lot. So let's see how it goes from here. What I'm just saying basically that it should sell and everything is pointing to the downside. But until we see the pattern form, until we see the candle close, we are not assuming for the market. So that's that on Euro USD. And I think for a while I've spoken about USD. Let me just quickly brief this US 30 and S&P 500. This guy have, on the weekly, we actually spoke about how, of course, you can see from 2020, how it's been breaking from zone to zone, buying from a zone to the next, buying from a zone to the next, and I actually came deep to the downside, reacting to the Fibonacci area. I have just 4 minutes left, so I might not be able to draw those areas again. Reacting to the Fibonacci area, and you would see the weekly candle here engulfing, not only engulfing one, engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. And when you see a very powerful engulfing candle on the weekly, you don't joke with it. So this guy has been buying, and you know where the overall target is. The overall target is actually at the summit price here, okay? But what do I and what am I anticipating? I'm anticipating that it gets to just sell down because it still needs to grab more liquidity to the upside. So I expect that, you can see the run, you can see the impulse run from here, okay? 32463 basis points to where it is presently. That's a whole lot. That is a whole lot. So I expect that gets to just reverse a bit, just get to catch some breaks, because the market is not also it's not a tireless market. It gets to sometimes you get to have consolidation rather. Sometimes it gets to have hope. Okay, I think I'm also fine. Okay. So yes, it gets to, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I think it's all fine. So yes, it gets to just catch some break. So I'm waiting for this to give us some space to downside while it catch some break and we open again. And it's also the same thing on the S&P 500. We saw I reacted to the the trend line. I also reacted to the Fibonacci area, and it all still breaking up barriers and still trading to the upside. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting and anticipating that it just comes, catch some break to the downside, while it also serves as a retracement before it pushes to the upside. So don't forget that S&P 500 and US 30 are buying. Those guys are buying like they are buying for us. Look at the trend line, okay? And this is a thought, so don't joke with it at all. They are buying, they are very much full on on the uptrend. So what I'm just expecting is a little catch of some break to the downside before it further pushes to the upside. So that's that from me today. Euro USD and AUD USD, and also US oil. US oil is giving us a formation of what? Inverse head and shoulder. Have your eyes on that. S&P 500 on the bullish run. These guys are not joking. Have your eyes on that. If you are yet to get in, just wait for you to give some retracement to the downside before you get in, because you should give us the formation of higher low. Okay, it should give us the formation of a higher low, and on the confirmation of that, you can get into it. And of course, Euro USD and AUD USD. Euro USD is also more correlating with GBP USD too. So, but basically, the one I spoke about, Euro USD and AUD USD, those guys too. You know what's happening? It's selling. We are of course anticipating and speculating a sell. But until we see the pattern being formed, until we see the candle properly close, okay, we are not going to assume for the market. So that's that from me. Let me head straight back to the comment box, and to everyone who joined in today. So thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying true to the end of this section. It's beautiful. It's so awesome having every one of you here around with me. Thank you so much, Mr. Luke, for the continuous support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin, for this continuous support. You all are so wonderful. And to every of our members who had been here, who are using their data, who are using their time, and all resources, just to make sure that you also get to be here, get the value, and also implement them for yourself. We are appreciated, and we so much celebrate you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bond. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much. I'm familiar with this name. Thank you so much. Okay, it's awesome having every one of you here. And to those that joined probably due to some logistics or due to some constraints and glitches, had to leave too. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It's so beautiful having you here. Okay, it's a new month in a bit. I'm wishing us the very best in this new month coming. And in every of our endeavors as regards trading, I'm wishing us God's best. I wish everyone a safe trading, and I wish us a safe time also. However you want to spend your December, okay. One of the way we can also support is to give out trades, this information so that you can implement them. As you implement them, you also have some withdrawals. As you have some withdrawals, you also get some nice time with your family. So that's that from me today. I remain my humble self. I'm Lopez. Okay, thank you so much for joining. And don't forget, this is sponsored by what? Buzos Funding, and they are the brain behind it. So yes, I wish you everyone all the best, and I see you again next week Tuesday, same time, same place. Thank you all. Bye, and have a blessed night.